All right, so we got some Marvel news I wanted to come on here and talk about. I thought it'd be kind of fun. I was gonna like leave it alone. Like there was one piece of news, but I was like, I don't know if I have enough to talk about it. But then we got another thing, and I had some stuff I wanted to say about that. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, none other than we got some Marvel news regarding Captain America and Miles Morales separately. And it's considerable. Like, I do think it's some considerable news right there. So let's get started with the Captain America news that dropped earlier. Then I'll get into the other thing in a moment with Miles. So, Captain America's new series is going to start soon. As I basically said, the JMS ongoing series wasn't going to be long. Like, it was very clear from that first arc. It was meant to be a mini-series, and JMS just dragged it out for 2 more volumes. So we have a new Captain America series going in July, and apparently this will be written by Chip Zdarsky. So Chip Zdarsky, I don't think I need to say more about him because the dude did probably one of the greatest Daredevil runs in modern history, in modern comic history. He also did he did Spider-Man. Well, not the main title. He did Spectacular. He did Spider-Man Life Story. I know, like I haven't read his Batman. I have not read his Batman comic, and I heard it's contentious. But Chris is sending me like some of the volumes of the Batman run of his Batman run, so I don't know if I'll be able to judge it until then. But I've heard mixed things about it, so I will have to see for myself if I like his Batman run. Anyway, so the idea of Chip Zdarsky writing Captain America is solid. Like, I think it's a really good. I think it's a really solid pick to write. I was trying to say Daredevil, Captain America, and I like the angle they're going with because this is going to talk about like a lot of this comic is going to talk about Steve shortly after he came out of the ice. So I guess we're kind of like talking about his time like coming out of the ice in this new era. And kind of dealing with like how that affected him, like the shell shock of it. Yes, there was his time waking up in Avengers #4 way back in the 60s, but I guess this is just to modernize it and also kind of like talk about Steve's like reaction to everything that occurred. So I think it's really cool. We are getting Ross, we're getting Tony, of course, because the Avengers did find him. And apparently we're getting some new villains too, and Reed Reed from the Fantastic Four is also going to play a role in this as well. I'm really excited for this. I think Zdarsky is a fantastic writer, and to have him on this to have him do Captain America is really cool. It's funny because like it feels like, you know, he hasn't done a lot for DC, even though yes he did Batman and Justice League Last Ride, and I feel like we're like he's got more Marvel stuff coming than he does DC stuff. So I do have this feeling that like maybe he's just going to sign a Marvel exclusivity deal, with Marvel rather than bounce in between. But I don't know. But I can't confirm that. It just feels like that's the direction we're kind of going in right now with Zdarsky. I could be wrong. But the dude has written more and it feels like he's more at home with Marvel than he has. I also think this is really cool that he's writing Captain America because he wrote Avengers Twilight, which Chris did send to me. I haven't read it yet because I don't want like the political climate just is really bumming me out, man. I can't lie. So it's just like I want to read it, but like at the same time I'm just like I don't want to be bummed right now. But I heard like it's like Avengers Twilight and this also gives me hope of like why I think he's going to be so good at Captain America is because like it's not so much it's an Avenger story, but it's more like, you know, Captain America is the center point of the story. It's very much a Captain America story. So that's really cool. So I'm really excited for a Zdarsky Captain America comic. I think that's going to be really cool. Let's move on now to the other big thing that was announced, which is Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. So this will be a 5-issue miniseries focusing on Miles Morales as he travels into the new Ultimate Universe. For those who don't remember, during the events of Ultimate Invasion, the Maker approached Miles saying like, "Hey, we're the last 2 people from the previous Ultimate Universe existing." So, and yeah, I know like someone's gonna say, "Oh, but what about Jimmy Hudson? He's in the time variations." I get if Marvel don't care, if Jonathan Hickman and Marvel don't give a shit about Jimmy Hudson the Ultimate Wolverine son, or whoever survived then. Let's just say, for sake of argument, the Maker and Miles were the only two characters that mattered from the Ultimate Universe. Because, let's be real, they are. Anyway, so like I was saying, the Maker, during Ultimate Invasion, came to Miles saying, hey, you know, we're both from another universe, and you know, I have a way of bringing us back. But Miles was like, dude, I don't know you, I'd go away. So Miles was given something like a blank card by the Maker that will obviously that was meant to be like a plot thread used later. Well, now that plot line is going to be used because Miles is going to find himself in this new Ultimate Universe. Because his sister, Billy, has been accidentally transported to that universe, and now Miles has to go get her. So, sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so this storyline sounds really cool. I really like the idea of, like, Miles coming back to it. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you know, they'll never go back to that plot line with Miles. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. They finally came back to it. Not only that, like, sometimes plot lines, just speaking as a writer, sometimes you just put a plot line in and use it for later. I mean, look at, like, Captain America Brave New World. The whole thing with the Eternals was finally addressed with with the Tiamat Celestial coming out of the water. Did you think they were not going to bring that up again? And yeah, there are a few, like, other MCU plot lines that have not been addressed. That doesn't mean they aren't going to be talked about later. I digress. So, I'm just saying, like, sometimes patience is a virtue. I can't believe I have to say that in this day and age. But anyway, so Miles now has to go into this Ultimate Universe to find his sister, but discovering this isn't like the universe he knew. So, this will be a 5-issue miniseries written by Cody Ziegler, who is currently writing the current Miles Morales comic, which I've read the first 3 volumes, and thanks to my friend Chris, who also sent me Volume 5, but forgot to send me Volume 4. So I can't read Volume 5 without 4. But the first 3 volumes of Ziegler's run, it's been a solid Spider-Man comic. It's probably been the best Spider-Man comic ongoing-wise I've read, because God knows, you know, we haven't had great Peter Parker content, so it's just nice to have Spider-Man content on a whole, just saying. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how this is gonna play out, because I'm wondering if this is going to be like, if they're going to like play with this in the future of like, are they gonna have like, this could be like Miles and his family going back to the Ultimate Universe or something like that? Could it be it? I kind of hope it's not, but that's something you need to like think about. But it is going to be cool to see like Miles' reaction, because again, this isn't like the Ultimate Universe he was a part of in the past. This is an Ultimate Universe that essentially has been shifted by, like a variant of the 616 universe that was shifted by the Maker, and now Peter has to meet like Miles is going to meet like this version of Peter. He's going to meet the Ultimates. I really am interested to see how he'll react to, like, because Miles Morales doesn't, as far as like right now in the Ultimate Universe, there is no Ultimate Miles right now. He's the only Ultimate Miles out there. So I'm curious to see how that will all play out when it's all said and done. I'm really excited to see like him encounter this universe's Peter, because yeah, this Peter has a family, and I can't wait to see like Miles be like, damn, my Peter is just kind of a failure. Anyway, so I'm excited for that miniseries. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That's pretty much some Marvel news I wanted to talk about. But you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of Zdarsky coming to write Captain America, as well as what are your thoughts on this new Ultimate Universe Miles Morales story? Do you guys like it, hate it? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.